Everybody, Ryan O'Halloran, Florida Times Genie, along with fellow Jaguars beat reporter Hays Carlyon here in the TU newsroom. The schedule has been put out, and before we get into the words, let's start with a facial expression.
Yeah, not good.
Not good. What jumped out at you at the start?
The quarterbacks. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, Joe Flacco, Andrew Luck. I mean, probably the four best quarterbacks that they faced this season are in the first 4 weeks of the year. That's pretty difficult when Fowler's coming back off an injury and, Malik Jackson's new scheme. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, that's what popped out too is, we've always said that the schedule for the Jaguars is never going to look good because you're playing one less home game than everybody else. But to come out like that, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers has sliced and diced this Jaguar defense the last 3 years, so you sort of expect that to happen again. But you come back and you sort of wanted a little bit of a soft landing before the London trip, but then you get a Baltimore team that is probably going to be motivated because they gave away the game last year to the Jaguars with that face mask penalty. So that's 3 home games in the first 4 weeks. Then you have a stretch of 5 games on the road in 7 weeks. Let's get into cases here. What's the best case scenario for a record?
I think best case is they split the first 4, 2-2 coming back from London. The schedule does ease up from that point on. So if they can get to 2-2, start to get in their divisional games, they need to go 4-2 in this division, which I think is attainable in a best case scenario. So that's sort of what I would look at as far as them getting to 8 or 9 wins. Is they gotta get to 2-2. If they come back 0-4, wow.
Yeah, and even if 1-3, I think they're in trouble. But we'll go with the glass half full. If they come out 2-2, we've never known what this team has with momentum. So maybe if they had momentum coming out of a bye, they could get a little bit going. But as far as worst case, it's 0-4, it's 1-7, 1-8, and you're looking at 3-13. Depending on injuries, that could happen. But when I went through the schedule the first time last night, I saw 5 wins.
Yeah, I think that's realistic. I mean, it's going to take some things. It's going to take huge jumps again by Bortles, A-Rob, Hearns, Julius Thomas staying healthy, T.J. Yeldon and Chris Ivory at least maybe combining for 18 starts. You can't think you're going to get 32 games out of both those guys, but the offense is going to have to carry this team. And until we see a Jaguars defense that isn't just porous, it's hard to have a lot of faith in that side of the ball.
That's our recap of the Jaguar schedule. You can read about it on Jacksonville.com. For Hays Carlyon, I'm Ryan O'Halloran.